Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, I have to report on some important news in the NFL, and I'm going to be talking about how this is going to affect the scope of fantasy football in 2020. Now, Tom Pelissero reports that the Washington football team is releasing legendary running back Adrian Peterson, sources tell me, at Mike Garofalo. Now, this news is surprising. It says surprising at the beginning. Very shocked, to be honest with you. Adrian Peterson gets cut for absolutely no reason. The team behind him, they do have running backs, obviously. They have Bryce Love, and they have new running back Antonio Gibson for the Washington football team. They used to have Darius Geis. Obviously, he got cut for doing what he did. So now it is going to be a very, very foggy situation for this backfield. What do I think is going to happen here? And why do I think that they ended up cutting running back Adrian Peterson of the Washington football team? So for the reason why they may have ended up cutting Adrian Peterson might just be because they don't want to rely on a old veteran back. They want to go ahead and give the younger guys, Bryce Love and Antonio Gibson, a lot of work on the team. Or maybe Adrian Peterson, just the age has completely caught up to him. He's really getting up there in age, and eventually it just may have caught up to him. Or maybe he got hurt and the reports of that just never ended up coming out. So what do I think is going to happen in this backfield, and how do I think this relates to fantasy football? So obviously, I talked about Antonio Gibson and Bryce Love. Those are the two main guys in this backfield. Now, initially, with Adrian Peterson healthy, with Adrian Peterson on the team, I felt as though Antonio Gibson was going to be a steal in drafts, but was going to take maybe 8 weeks for him to become the main starter there. In college, he was a guy that was receiving very little workload, but was putting up insane numbers with the little amount of touches he was getting in that Memphis offense. So I think that now we are going to be seeing Antonio Gibson get the rock a lot earlier than I thought it was going to happen this season. Now, Bryce Love reports early out of camp where that Bryce Love was tearing it up. He's doing this, he's doing that, and then a lot of hype came for Antonio Gibson. So now I think you can honestly draft both of these guys in your draft. But which guy would I personally prefer drafting in 2020 if I could only take one of them? To me, I'd hitch the wagon to Antonio Gibson. I personally believe that Antonio Gibson is going to have an excellent season this year. I think he will emerge as the running back one. I personally believe he is a better talent overall than Bryce Love, and I think that the Washington football team is going to give him a lot of work. He seems like a guy that Ron Rivera would like. He's a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield as well as run the ball at a very effective way. So I think he's going to be the one getting a majority of the carries. I think if you have not drafted yet, Antonio Gibson should very much be on your board, and I think he is going to get drafted much higher now than he's been going. He's typically been a 10th plus round pick, a guy that you were kind of taking a dart throw at, thinking, hey, maybe a couple weeks into the season they will stop using Adrian Peterson so much, and then it would be Antonio Gibson's time. But now, I think it might be Antonio Gibson's time off the rip. Week 1, he's going to be flying out there. Now, it might be that they give Bryce Love more of the opportunity early in the season. That is 100% a possibility due to the fact that Bryce Love has been on the team for more time than Antonio Gibson. He was on the team last year, but didn't really do anything because he was kind of injured. So now, I'm going to go ahead and hitch my wagon onto Antonio Gibson. If I am drafting today, I'm drafting Antonio Gibson. I love the guy. I talked him up a couple of weeks ago when Darius Geis ended up getting hurt. I talked all about how you want to draft him over Adrian Peterson because over the long term, I think he was going to be the better back. So draft Antonio Gibson, draft Bryce Love, but if you're just drafting one, make sure you snag Mr. Antonio Gibson late in the draft, and you're going to hitch your wagon to the guy to take you all the way to the championship game. I know there's going to be people that are like, I don't want to draft the Washington football team running back, and go ahead and think that, because I think this team is going to be much better this year. I don't think that there's much concern about them being completely dog shit. Now, they might be the worst team in the NFL, but I just think the team is going to be run much better. They're going to be scoring much more points than we saw them do last season. So thank you guys all for watching. Let me know what you guys think about 74-year-old running back Adrian Peterson getting cut from the Washington football team. Let me know which running back you guys are going to end up picking up to hitch your wagon to try to take you to that championship this season. I love each and every single one of you guys, and I'll see you guys with another video in a bit. Goodbye!